Hey guys, I'm going to show you my morning routine on how I get ready with cancer every day while being on chemotherapy for the last 5 months. So this is my morning routine and it makes me feel better, changes my mindset, and I just want to share it with all of you. So this is straight out of the shower, no makeup, no creams, absolutely nothing. I never thought in a million years I would be comfortable enough doing a video like this. But I just want to show you the reality of cancer and chemotherapy and how it changes your skin and how I get ready in the morning now while I'm on chemotherapy. So as you can see, I have a lot of dark freckles and age spots, which is kind of a little bit of melasma over here, which developed in the first 2 months of my chemotherapy. I always did have freckles, but this dark age spots and melasma just definitely came in real full force. I also have really dark circles, which is probably due to the chemo. You can see my eyelashes are growing back, very tiny little buds there. I don't have any makeup on. This is actually tattoo that I got done before I had my chemotherapy. So this is what it looks like when I get out of the shower. And then to add on to it, I have my bald little baby hair head. So I definitely don't recognize myself when I get out of the shower and this is what I see. So I just wanted to be fully transparent and honest. It does take a lot of mental strength just to kind of look at yourself, and when you are unrecognizable and this is what you see and it's not what you're used to, it is hard to get used to. I'm just gonna put my toque on only because my head gets really cold. So this is what I start with, is a serum. It's an anti-aging active CNE and peptide serum. So I like to put that just on my face where I'm really dry. So chemotherapy does dry out your skin quite a bit. I normally had oily skin to begin with, so it hasn't been too bad, where I know some people have really hard time with the dryness. Then I like to use my Clinique moisturizing lotion. I just find that it helps with my skin right now during chemo. Everything's really sensitive. So I like to use the most natural things that I can, where it's not gonna irritate my skin any more than the chemo already is. This has been a lifesaver. It's the Smashbox Uplifting Brightening Corrector for under your eyes for those dark circles. And I use the Fair Light, and I just put a little bit underneath my eyes here, and it really helps with the circles that I get, because now I'm just constantly tired and I'm sure the chemo doesn't really help with those dark circles. So you can already kind of see it gives that effect of brightening. Then for my under eye concealer, I'm just kind of in the middle of what I'm using. So I'm using Born This Way concealer, but I also mix it with a little bit of this e.l.f. Just because I haven't been in the sun and my skin tones don't really match. So now I'm just mixing the two. I really like a full coverage foundation, just because I don't like my age spots and freckles and I like to cover them. So I use this Double Wear Estee Lauder foundation. It is really thick, but I like the way the consistency goes onto my face. So it might not be for everybody, but this is something if you really want like a full coverage. Then I like to let it just kind of sit and set, and it does look a little bit more shiny and moisturized, because I use that peptide stuff before. I find it gives it a little bit more oil. So if you are struggling with dry skin, that can kind of help. So I like to just let it set, and then I start on my eyeshadow. And because I don't have eyelashes, I like to use this double wear eyeliner from Estee Lauder. It's the coffee color. And I kind of like to just put a little bit under my eye just to give it kind of that illusion that I still have eyelashes, even though I don't have any eyelashes. I really like this eyeliner because it goes on really, really smooth and you don't even have to really press. And then it also has the smudger on the other side. I like to use a little on top. It's not everyone's style, but when you don't have lashes, you kind of like a little bit of liner. I probably wouldn't wear this much liner if I had lashes, but hey. Then to fill in my eyebrows, I use this Brow Power liner. Filling in your eyebrows is definitely something that takes practice, but when you already have like an outline, which I do from having tattoos, it definitely makes it easier. So I kind of just follow the outline and then try to fill it in as naturally as possible. But I guess eyebrows are not the easiest thing to do, especially if you're not really used to filling in your eyebrows. This could be something that maybe just takes a little bit more practice, and honestly, I'm not even that good at doing my eyebrows, but it's better than not having any. This little brush on the end kind of helps blend it all in a little bit. Not that I have any hair, but blends in the makeup. Whew. Having a hot flash. Give me a minute, otherwise my makeup will just completely fall off my face. They're so inconvenient. I'm gonna go stand outside. Okay, I'm back, a little less hot. So then I use my Kat Von D contour palette. I like to just use these little beige ones to kind of put under my eye just to get rid of that shine and glare from my concealer that doesn't match my face anymore. So the trick with Cancer and makeup is trying to keep your makeup matching your skin tone. Normally I would have been out a lot more in the sun this summer, and even though I wear sunscreen, I still would have had a little bit of a tan or a spray tan. So my makeup is typically a little bit darker. So now I'm kind of playing the whole game of matching my face to my neck without looking like I have a very different color going on. So good luck with that. Then I like to just use some bronzer, kind of define those cheekbones. I know it doesn't look like it, but I retain a lot of water on chemo. And so I actually feel like I look bloated a lot of the time, or I am bloated, or I feel bloated. Especially I retain water kind of in my face and around my eyes. Today's not so bad, but the contouring kind of in your cheekbone area does help make you feel a little less puffy and a little less bloated. So I like to kind of just do that a little bit. Bring some color back into my life. Since I feel so pale and deathly. There we go. Depending on what you're doing, I like to use a little bit of highlighter from this Too Faced palette, just to give me a little bit of shimmer. You see, just kind of makes me feel like I have a little bit more life back, a little on the nose. Just using this one, probably using too much, but I don't really care because I have cancer. And now I just feel kind of girly and kind of shimmery. So I would go out like this, but I like to add a little lash on just for some final voila. Strip lashes are definitely hard to use, so you want to make sure that you practice. So I just like using a strip lash with some clear glue. I put it on the lash and then I put it on my eye and then I'm finished.
Hey, boobs.
Ooh,
La pizza for you?
pizza, thank you.
I love you.
I love you. Get a guy who brings you pizza, honestly. Okay, so I've let it dry for like 30 seconds and then I'm just gonna, typically you'd want to put it on your actual lashes, but I don't have any lashes, so I'm getting it as close to my eye as possible. There. Okay, so now the lashes are done. I like to top it off with a lip plumper with a hint of color. It just gives you that extra volume that you kind of lose when you're going through treatment. This one's Dior, and I believe it's the rose color. Just makes you feel a little more girly, a little more like yourself. And that's it. So those are my little tips on how to feel a little bit more glamorous while you're going through something that's a little not so glamorous. I still like to wear a hat. You could add a wig, obviously, if you really want to trick people. But just a little bit of makeup can make you feel a little bit better about yourself, which can kind of change your whole mindset and how you feel about everything. So I don't necessarily look like I am a cancer patient right now, and it does kind of trick your brain into thinking, okay, I look healthy, I feel healthy. And so that's kind of what I do for myself.